explain how that works. So if I sign up as a customer, I pay a monthly membership fee. Is that how that goes?
If you're a customer, then
Mhm.
you pay an annual fee,
Oh, annual fee. Okay.
$25.
All right. That's awesome. I knew about your company, but I didn't know you guys involved to these additional services where you help businesses how to start, because that's interesting. And I'm not trying to be funny. People was trying to use your site to start a little side hustle, and they didn't have the infrastructure of a real business. And that is great that you provide this premium package and services to help them to really show them how to have a legitimate business, and then how to be successful, how to scale, and services for brick and mortar. That is great. So when I'm hearing, there is a membership for both the customer and the business owner. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, it
Okay.
is. Mhm.
So explain how that works. So if I sign up as a customer, I pay a monthly membership fee. Is that how that
If
goes?
you're a customer, then
Mhm.
you pay an annual fee,
Oh, annual fee. Okay.
$25 a year.
Oh, well, that's not
We
bad.
keep
That's
it because we want the customer base to be
okay.
engaged.
Okay.
There's so many wonderful products out there done, but this is showing your commitment to Bob. This is
Okay.
showing your engagement, and our appreciation to you is making sure that the businesses listed are offering you deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards. For
Okay.
example, I mean, we have a dentist right now doing 50% off whitening.
Okay.
Okay, you pay $25 annual, you might get that right back just in that one deal.
All right.
We have
Okay.
people offering free gifts. So
Right.
really it's not even an investment if you take advantage of all the deals and discounts that are out there,
Right. Right.
but it is showing you have a skin in the game, that you have made this commitment to support Bob. And that's
Support. Okay.
really why the cost for consumer membership is where it's at.
Oh, $25 annually.
Yes.
That's not I mean, we spend that at McDonald's, a couple of combo
Right.
meals for a family of four. You may spend
Exactly.
$30.
Exactly. And
So
and remember, that's for
$25,
the consumer
that's for the
side.
consumer.
That's
Okay.
for the consumer. Now, the
All right.
business owner,
Mhm.
I want people to take a visual concept of the yellow pages if you are mature enough to remember. So the yellow pages will have a lot of businesses listed in different categories, but some of the pages just was like kind of line by line by line. You get a name and a number, right? And then
Right.
you will have these quarter ads and sometimes whole page ads or half page ads. So we have that same concept on a virtual platform. So you
Okay.
can get listed for free. Okay. Because we want to make sure that you have that visibility. That's our main thing, creating visibility. But
Okay.
you're only going to get your name and your email address or a phone number. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. If you go to starting at our paid levels, we
Okay.
have a $10 a month. And if you
Mhm.
do the $10 a month, you get a little bit of increased visibility for your brand. So you up and now that you have the name, contact number, and you just a little bit more information for you. 20 a month gives you a little bit more information, right?
Okay.
The best value is the annual packaging. The annual packaging gives you like a free month. So we have it beginning at 110 annually. You get, again, a lot more information for your listing. You get some premium listing and you get some limited social media marketing. $20 equates out per month to our $220 annual package. This is the best deal out there. This is the one that I push and advertise because it's the best deal. It is the only package that is going to give you your own unique branding. So when you go to the directory, your logo is going to be showing, your name of your company, your links to your social media, your links to your website, 500-word description of what you do, social media marketing pushes, video clips made for your business. That is the best package out there for the amount of work that we're going to do to make sure that there is an increased visibility for your company and that your brand is out there and that we encourage people to support it. So if you really want us to like be your cheerleader, that's why I say be your business cheerleader,
Okay.
then you will want to, as a business owner, sign up for that annual basic plus membership.
Okay.
Now, I want to add this. It in both of the annual memberships for business owners, the consumer membership is included. So
Okay.
that's why I want business owners to know. I had a lot of them that come to me and have it kind of mixed up where they'll do the consumer membership and then they'll be like, I don't have any of the business stuff. And it's like,
Right.
well, they're two separate, and
Right.
if
Two
you
separate.
right, and if you're paying monthly as a business owner, then you would still have to buy your consumer membership separately. But if you're doing
Okay.
an annual
Yeah.
package, it's included.
Okay. So I like the fact that you have tier levels for the business owner, because somebody who's starting out a new business, they're kind of bootstrapping and trying to get things going. They may not have revenue coming in, but
Mhm.
they can get started with the $10 membership. Is that a month? Is that correct for someone new? Uh,
Yes.
and then if
Mhm.
they want to get more exposure, they can go up as their business grows, or maybe they're an established business, they go straight in for the high level package. I like that you have that. Okay, so
Correct.
what I want to know is you started in 2017, you created this platform, you guys are doing great. How is the listing just I know you're from the Detroit area. Is the listing just Detroit businesses? Is it in
Oh
other states?
no.
Is it across
Oh
the world? I don't
no.
know. What tell
It's
me
international.
so tell me
we
I mean what are your if you don't mind sharing, what are your numbers like for those who are registered businesses in your directory?
Yes, now Charles, that's like a ever-changing number.
Okay. I
Because
understand.
you have we have so many in queue to review,
Right,
and it
right.
becomes difficult because by the time sometimes we get through the background of checking to make sure that they have all their articles in place, that they're legitimate, all those kind of things. By the time we get them listed and different things within a couple of years, if we're lucky, they're still active. So it's
Right.
constantly
Right, I
reviewing
understand.
stuff.
That makes sense. Right.
Exactly. And so we put a pause on adding for a moment because we were looking at different platforms of potentially transitioning in the directory. Um, because we have I think close to maybe 1,000 that are already on. We have probably close to 1,000 plus in queue, meaning just here to review. So I think we're going to
Wow.
just stick with the platform that we have because we would have to reload everybody if we transition and add. And it just becomes too much because what's difficult for me is to keep somebody in that role to work the directory. And so if I have to get my hands in it, then obviously it's moving at a slower pace. So in 2022, I have decided that, I am starting with where I am for growing. And then I'm going to hire somebody for the cleanup to make sure that the listings on the directory currently are still active members, as far as I have active businesses, I should say, and then to go through all of the requests that we've gotten for people to join. So for me, that's kind of, my focus because of where I want to take the business to the next level. So that has to be addressed. So if I had to just give a guess again from where I believe we're at, it'd be over 1,000.
Okay.
And to answer this question or to make a comment, we are international. We went international last year with businesses being listed in Uganda, Canada, and Jamaica. And we have businesses that from day one have been in different states throughout the US.
Wow, that's awesome. So you average about 1,000 businesses that are registered, and I like what you shared. There is a review process because you want to make sure the businesses are legit. So for those who are listening, they're a business owner. What are the things you're looking for to show that they are actual legit business?
Well, basic is articles.
Articles.
You can go you could go on different systems that are out there and verify if this is a actual, business that's been
When you say
listed.
articles, you mean articles of organization, their registered paperwork with their state
Exactly.
as a LLC or a corporation
Yes.
or S corp or
Yes.
something like that. Okay, so
Exactly.
articles of organization or incorporation. Okay,
Correct.
okay,
And then it gets a little tricky in some of the industries and categories. For
okay.
example, if you're a painter and you do commercial or residential and you have like scaffolding and all this kind of stuff, have to carry insurance, and so those kind of things that have to be in place. If you are a baker or something like to that effect, people don't know. I always ask, do you have insurance? I mean, if you're out here selling edible products and someone
Right,
gets sick, so it's those kind of things that we kind of look to, because what we want to do is we want to be a reputable directory. We
right, right.
want you to go to our site and really not have to do so much investigating on your own. It's kind of
Okay.
like we want it to be, that they are Deals with Bob approved,
Right. You're saying that so they're vetted. So you're looking for, depending on the industry, that they have a registered business, articles of organization, like a LLC
Right.
or
Now, don't get
corporation,
me wrong. It could be businesses on there
or
again that are under there for free. We still try to look and make sure that those are there, but the ones who are, paying for the packages
right,
and
right.
that kind of stuff, that we are personally, when I say we, Deals with Bob is personally creating content on our pages and stuff, they
Yeah,
have been verified.
they've been verified.
They
So you're
have
saying
been verified.
so a business
And
need to have their, if they're paying a package, have their own business insurance, articles of organization, some type of, I'm assuming, social media presence or something like that, or
I mean, they don't have to necessarily have it, but in today's market is kind of like you're kicking yourself if you don't. You're missing
right,
out
right.
if you don't. The main thing is that you have to be a business. You're
Okay.
not a business just because you call yourself one.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You're a business once you submit the paperwork,
All
and
right.
then they give you those articles. Then you become a,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
I understand. I understand. So that's great. You guys have a process to vet the businesses. So you kind of remind me of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Are you guys like the Angie's List for Black-owned businesses? Is that fair to say?
When we started out, yes, we were saying that. As I kind of evolved, I said, you know what? I don't like to compare and do that, and because
Right. Right.
I don't like to speak on other people's
Right. I
business.
understand.
But every time I enter in something, it's kind of grassroots, so I have to give that comparison. So
Okay.
what I had said is, yes, if you want to say that, great, because what I'm going to say is to forget about Angie and deal with Bob.
All right, all right. Forget about Angie and deal with Bob. I like that. I like that. So you guys have a vetting process. There's over 1,000 businesses registered. Now, how is it from the consumer side? Is it? I'm assuming there's people all over the world that are who sign up to your
Yes.
site.
So, and here's what's interesting on the consumer side. We have really, really good years, and then we have years where it seems like no one is joined. But what tends to happen is people will join and they will stay connected with their membership. And then what will tend to happen is, how every so often your card on file expires. And
Right,
so what happens is then all of a sudden it starts failing.
right,
And they're people, when you have so much bombardment of like emails and stuff, they don't pay attention to the emails that pop up letting them know.
right,
And so what happens is when they no longer qualify from some of the deals and discounts, etc., it's kind of like, well, what happened? And then it's like, oh, okay, they have to reestablish their membership. And some people was like, well, it really wasn't beneficial to me. And I always ask back, okay, well, how many deals or did you actually, go after or, seek out? And they'll honestly say, well, I really didn't. So it's kind of like, have you ever bought that big book of coupons? I don't even
right.
know if they still come out. I know
Yeah, there's
schools used to
entertainment
sell
book.
them,
Yeah, the
and it would
coupon
be
book.
right. And I would buy it, and I wouldn't necessarily use all of the coupons in there within that year,
Right.
but it's up to me to really use the
Right. Right.
coupons to get the worth out of what I just purchased. And it's the same concept for the consumer membership. In order to get the value out of what you have spent into it, you have to just go to the site and you have to see what the deals are being offered by the businesses, etc. And people have come to me and they said, they were offering this deal. I just think it should have been more. And I'm just like, okay, I
Okay.
just don't know what else to do for people with that mindset. But, it's going to be out there. We just keep moving forward with what we
Okay.
know we've learned over the years and just keep improving.
Okay, okay. All right, I want to jump to just I'm hearing how you explain this concept. It's great. You're servicing a lot of Black-owned businesses, aka Bob. There's a lot of consumers who are getting benefit. But when I look at your company is also a tech company, basically. How do you manage the technology with the website, and how do customers and connect with the business owners, and how do you handle that? Do you have a cloud service, or so how do you manage all that? I can't imagine.
I don't know because I am not tech. That's why I made that expression. I have a
Oh,
team. So
you
I
have a
have a tech
team.
person.
Oh, you have a
I don't
tech
know.
person, because I was thinking like I don't know how you got to have some type of cloud service because you got people, you got to manage your website. There's a lot of traffic.
I,
It's
I don't know.
e-commerce. Oh, well, that's good.
That's why I have a
I
tech person.
And you know what? That is awesome. That's a good point in business that you have a team and
Yes. You have to have a support system. You
yeah,
cannot
and
do it all yourself.
everything. And then you delegate for people who specialize in that. And I like that you were honest.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. I'm gonna
and
be
that's a
honest.
right, 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 right. Yeah, and
And
that's
I
important.
I one of the packages that we offered in premium service was website design and development. And you notice I didn't mention it. I'm
Right.
at a point right now. I'm thinking about if I want to weed that out, because what I'm
Okay.
finding is that a lot of new businesses, like you said, either they don't have the resources or they don't see the value or don't know how to use their website from the start. And so we offer more of a custom design type of website design and development. We like make it unique to suit your vision and your business needs. And with that comes a different price tag than going to Wix or going to some of the other sites that are out here where you can, kind of do it yourself. And the fact that social media has added a layer of e-commerce built into social media now. So with that being said, a lot of people don't see, like, why should I spend that much on a website, because maybe they don't need it like I need my website. So my
Right.
website is more, like you were saying, is needed because of the amount of people, the directory pricing is not for me to make a profit any kind of way. It's for me to make sure that the maintenance, the security,
Right.
the capabilities of housing those amounts of businesses, I'm on a network that can handle it. So when you're paying for that, basically you're paying for the security that you're going to be on this site and is going to be able to handle your data. It's not for us to really make a profit. Every single amount of the directory dime has been reinvested into the piece of the website to get it stronger and to be able to offer more to the businesses.
Okay, that's awesome. So, for our audience, how do they get if they're a business owner or they're a consumer? What's the best
Okay.
way for them to get started with Deals with Bob?
The best way is go to www.dealswithbob. That's DEALSWITH, B as in boy, O, B as in boy.com. They have the little hyperlinks at the top. One says consumer sign up, the other says business sign up. And if you go to our SHOP categories, everything is listed that you can purchase on the platform, including the premium services. Now, I will say, because it's 2022, I know, and it's the month of January, the premium services are being relooked. I always take a look back And that's what I would encourage business owners to do. When you write your business plan, you have a plan, a roadmap of what you want to do. But those little teeny things in the details, you always need to reflect and see what's working for you, what needs to be tweaked, and what needs to be improved. And as a result, we are actually relooking into like the premium services we're offering, what either we need to tweak, what we need to improve upon. And so I believe that section may come up, may not come up right now until we kind of finish that process. So it'll be
Okay.
done the first quarter. But yep, that's how you get in touch with us.
Okay.
www.dealswithbob.com. You can also contact me if you're just looking to schedule some time to speak to me with more information to see whether or not Deals with Bob is appropriate for what your needs are as a business owner. So all of that can be done on our website. And then you can IM me. We are on social media as Deals with Bob. You can see us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course our YouTube channel. Let's not leave out our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I want you to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification so you can have alerts when we go live with our business guests that we bring on every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
All right, that's awesome for that. You sharing your social media handles and how businesses and consumers can get in touch with Bob and get started. And for those who are viewing, we will have information in our show notes for the Deals with Bob website, the Instagram, the Facebook, and also the YouTube channel. So you feature
Yes.
a live guest every Wednesday, my understanding.
Every Wednesday. And
On
and this is interesting because it was part of my business plan when I first launched Deals with Bob. In my mind, however, I think I made it too complicated. And so I was getting really frustrated when I was in meditation, like, why isn't this happening? I really want people to connect to the business owner. I am a strong believer in relationship. You know,
okay.
there is no competition out there because you are a unique individual. That's just my view. Of course, you
Right.
got competition. You should, but you are not out here to try to duplicate what someone else is doing because you're not that person,
Right.
and don't get, I know you got want me to ask you about some business tips later. So I'm trying not to say them now. But with that all being said, I want people to connect to people. When
Okay.
people connect to people, then the product is the byproduct, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I want people to connect to people and then connect to their why
Right.
they do what they do. So like my why, I explained, it started from me back in high school. My why is because I know together we can accomplish anything we desire collectively. I know
Right.
that together we can change the narrative of what's being presented to us in this country and some others as a collective group of people. I know that together we can change our neighborhoods. I know that together we can change our school systems. I know that together, really, we can do anything we want to do to better our lives for ourselves and our future generations. And so
Right.
that is my why, because I believe this so strongly. My why is personal. My why is personal. My why is personal. And so what I do too is like a testimony, and I applicable of these actions in my own walk. So when I tell people to support Bob and take the pledge, I've already taken the pledge. And it's
Okay.
not even so much about me just saying I support seven Bobs a week. It is what it does because I have watched from my support people go to the next level, go to the next level. And I feel just blessed to be a part of it.
Okay.
Just from my contribution, it feels so much more rewarding than going into Amazon and ordering something. It feels so much more rewarding than going into Walmart or Target. It really does. It
Right.
really does.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Great. So as we wrap up, I wanted to get a little bit into because of the platform that I host. I try to provide tips for those who are viewing, and because your business is a business networking platform, I wanted you to share if you have 5 tips for business networking.
Okay. Now, these are the same tips that I have shared when I was speaking at Cobo here in Michigan. We have Cobo Hall Women's Empowerment Expo, and that goes throughout the US. So when they were here in Michigan, and I keep these tips all the time, they do not change. My first is to find your passion slash person purpose. Your passion, your purpose. That means do not look and see like what the Joneses are doing, like, oh, that looks like that's going to be profitable. Let me try that or let me do that. If it's not personal to you, you won't ultimately be successful in it. It has to be something you desire for your own self. It has to be personal. So start there first with you. What's your purpose, your passion, what's your why, and how it connects to it. Second, don't get discouraged by oversaturated markets. And what that means is simple. If you want to be a baker, and we know there's a variety of different bakers out there. No one is you. You're unique, which that means is nobody has great granny recipe because they don't have your great granny. So if it's great granny's recipe and it's amazing and you want to be a baker, then go ahead. That is your passion and purpose that's unique to you. So do not get discouraged with oversaturated markets. And then the flip side of that is do not shy away for undersaturated markets. Okay, just because it's not out there, that means is waiting for you to do it, right? So don't let the flip side discourage you either, because some people was like, well, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I feel compelled to do X, Y, and Z, but no, nobody's doing it because they're waiting on you. Okay, so that was number two. Number three, you cannot do it alone. So Charles and I kind of talked about that a little while ago. He asked me about IT. I am IT illiterate completely, but it's a necessity. So I can't do it alone. And I have to then rely on other people that I trust. Build up your inner circle of people that's going to support you when you feel like you can't support yourself. And no, you cannot do it alone. You might have to tap into other resources. You may not be always able to create your content, always able to create a flyer for an event, but there's other people, that's all they do as their business for their passion and purpose. So know that there's going to be times where you need to connect to other people because you can't do it alone. And then I'm going to say invest in yourself. That's the next one. You have to invest in yourself so that when it comes time for you to know you can't do it alone, you have the resources available. So at the beginning of the year, you should always say, or either every quarter, always say, how much am I setting aside to invest in me? It might be going to a retreat. It might be going to a workshop. It might be purchasing a book. But make sure that you invest in yourself so that you're always gaining knowledge, that you can get the power to equip yourself to go to those next levels. Then we say next is to, what number was that on? Was that 4? So number 5 is to
Yes.
take someone to the top with you. Support one another. So what does that mean? My saying is when people say it's lonely at the top, that's because you chose not to take someone with you. It should always be where your hand is connected up and your back hand is connected low. What does that mean? You have linked to someone who is supporting you, taking you to the next level. And as that's happening for you, then your hand should be back here for someone who you're helping pull up to their next level. So that's how we grow together, because we will be successful when we learn to work together and stay connected. And that's one of the reasons why I started Link, just to drop that in there. I hope you got those 5 tips.
Yes, awesome. There was some great tips. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the work that you're doing great work in our community, servicing other businesses, particularly helping Black-owned businesses to get exposure, and not just get exposure, just providing resources to help them to be successful, to scale up, and to build good relationships. So I just applaud you for the work
Thank
that you're
you.
doing.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Well, that wraps things up for our podcast today. Again, I thank our guest, Sonya Weaver. Want to encourage those who are viewing this podcast to follow her on YouTube at Deals. Is it what's your YouTube channel name?
The YouTube channel name is Deals with Bob also.
Okay, the YouTube channel Deals with Bob. You want to like and subscribe. They feature a guest each week, featuring a Deals with Bob guest. Follow her, their business on all social media platforms. Again, the information will be in our show notes. So thank you those for viewing today. If you like our content and you get some value, I encourage you to subscribe and follow our YouTube channel and share with your family and friends as we try to, as our platform, our motto is connections matter. And we want to bring positive interviews with difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship and community involvement. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.